Hi, my name is Christian Castaneda. I'm doing a persuasive speech for COM 101. Before I get started, I just want to give you guys a little bit of information. I work for Amazon, so I work in certain departments. It's stow, pick, pack, and ship dock. So when you place an order on Amazon from stow, it goes inside a bin, and that bin automatically goes to pick. We pick it and we send it down the conveyor belt. So that conveyor belt takes it to pack. We pack your item. We put it back into the conveyor belt. It gets your shipping label, and then it goes to ship dock, which is put into a trailer and is delivered to your address. So that's basically the descriptions and the departments that I work in when you place an order. That's a little bit of idea. My topic is why Amazon should rotate warehouse employees through different departments. Imagine standing in the same area for 10 hours. You bend, you reach, you twist, you lift, you scan, or you pack again and again. At the beginning of the shift, the task may not seem extremely difficult, but after several hours, your back becomes stiff, your shoulders begin to hurt, your hands become tired, and it becomes harder to stay focused. Now imagine performing the same assignment several days for weeks. This is a normal experience for many warehouse employees. People enjoy the convenience of ordering a product and receiving it 1 or 2 days later, but we do not always think about the workers who stow, pick, pack, and sort and load these products. I work at Amazon and I have experience with warehouse departments. I understand how physically and mentally demanding warehouse work can become, especially when someone is placed in the same repetitive assignment throughout an entire shift. Today, I want to persuade you that Amazon should create a structured program that regularly rotates trained employees through departments such as stow, pick, pack, and ship dock. Amazon should implement job rotations for 3 main reasons. First, repetitive warehouse work can contribute to injuries and burnout. Second, rotation can give employees variety and develop their skills. Third, a structured rotation plan can improve flexibility for Amazon while creating a safer and more balanced workplace. First, repetitive warehouse work can place a great deal or stress on an employee's body. According to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, warehouse workers face ergonomic risks such as lifting heavy items, bending, reaching overhead, pushing, pulling, working in awkward positions, and performing the same similar task repeatedly. OSHA explains that exposure to these risks can contribute to musculoskeletal disorders. These are injuries affecting the muscles, joints, tendons, nerves, and other parts of the body. They can include back and shoulder injury, strains, carpal tunnel syndrome, and tendinitis. Think about a worker in pick. That employee may reach into bins, bend down, turn, pull out an item, scan it, place it into a container, and repeat the process. A worker in pack may repeatedly grab items, build or handle boxes, reach for supplies, seal packages, and push them onto a conveyor. Each motion by itself may seem small. The problem is the number of times the motion is repeated. These concerns are not only general warehouse concerns. Amazon has specifically been investigated for ergonomic risk. These concerns are not only general warehouse concerns. Amazon has specifically been investigated for ergonomic risk. In 2023, the United States Department of Labor reported that OSHA investigators examined 6 Amazon warehouses. Investigators found that workers faced a high risk and lower back injuries and other musculoskeletal disorders. OSHA connected these risks to frequent lifting, heavy packages, awkward twisting and bending, and long work hours. A United States committee also received the Amazon workplace injuries and reported patterns involving back, knee, shoulders, and wrist injuries connected to lifting, handling packages, and repeating required movements. Repetition does not only affect the body, it can affect employees mentally as well. Performing one task for hours can become exhausting and monotonous. When workers become physically tired or mentally checked out, they may find it hard to pay attention to posture, technique, equipment, and their surroundings. This does not mean employees are careless. It means that human beings naturally become fatigued when they have repeated demanding movements for long periods of time. Amazon often provides stretching, reminders, and safety instructions. Those practices may help, but stretching alone does not remove the repetitive task. Telling an employee to bend correctly does not completely solve the problem when the person must bend hundreds of times. Amazon needs to change the working conditions, not only remind employees to cope with them. This brings me to my second point. Properly planned job rotations can reduce monotony and develop employee skills. Job rotation means that the trained employee may move between different assignments according to a schedule. For example, a worker may spend part of a shift in pick and later move to pack. On another day, the employee could work in store or ship dock after completing the required training. The purpose is not to move people randomly, the purpose is to create meaningful variety. A large meta-analysis published in the journal Frontiers in Psychology examined research on job and task rotation. The researchers found positive relationships between rotation and job satisfaction, psychological health, lower stress and burnout, labor flexibility, individual performance, and productivity. In simple terms, changing tasks can help employees feel less stuck, become more flexible, and learn how different parts of an organization operate. Rotation could also give an employee's body a change. A position that places stress on the shoulders may be followed by a task using different movements. A job involving constant walking can be balanced with one that allows a different work pattern. However, rotation must be designed carefully. Research does not show that every rotation program automatically prevents injuries. Moving a worker from one heavy repetitive task to another heavy repetitive task may only move the problem. For example, rotating from one assignment involving constant twisting to another assignment involving constant twisting would not create much recovery. The research found that rotation was more helpful when it moved employees away from high intensity work and into meaningful, different, or lighter tasks. The goal should not be to squeeze more work out of people. The goal should be to organize work more intelligently. In conclusion, repetitive warehouse assignments can place both physical and mental pressure on employees. OSHA has identified lifting, bending, and awkward postures, fast work pace, and repeated movements are serious warehouse risk factors. Research also suggests that properly designed rotation can support job satisfaction, psychological health, flexibility, productivity, and reduce burnout. Amazon should create a structured rotation program that moves qualified employees among departments such as stow, pick, pack, and ship dock. Amazon employees can support this change by requesting cross-training, discussing rotations with managers and safety committees, and using employee feedback programs to recommend a pilot program. Amazon leaders should test the program and honestly compare its effects on safety, satisfaction, quality, and productivity. The person who picked your product, packed your box, and placed it on a truck is not a machine. Employees are more than a rate on a screen. They are people with bodies that become tired, minds that need variety, and skills that can grow. Amazon has built one of the most advanced delivery systems in the world. It should use the same creativity to deliver something important to its workers, a safer, more balanced, and more sustainable workday. Thank you guys very much.
So your closing statement,